morning, Quirky Birders, and welcome to episode 2 of your daily art challenge. So yesterday we put in the details of the sky and also the foreground with that lovely purple, and we put in a couple of details with the roofs and the door frames as well. So today we're going to be working with that lovely yellow ochre colour, and we're going to be adding in some of these details on the front of the walls. We're going to pop in the side of the wall of the path, and we're going to be mainly focusing on this sort of central area here. So I'm going to use the yellow ochre first to begin with, and I'm going to use it a little bit darker, and we will be then making it a little bit lighter as we continue with the painting today. So I'm going to work just on this front wall here, and again I'm just going to be applying a solid colour. So we'll come down these lovely steps, and then let's completely fill that space in. Carry on with the rest of the wall, so we'll pop the top on there and then also come down the side. Do the little wall in the front. Across the top. Still working with this yellow ochre, let's put in the wall down the side of the path. And then also put that line in along the top. And then we'll continue just to work on this middle wall here. So we'll pop that top in as well. Come around the door. And then I'm going to fill all of this space in. So I'm going to bring that line just down to that step. And again, we'll come over the top. Bring that line over the top of the roof. And again, just spend a few moments just lifting away any of that excess paint so you've got a really nice soft finish. And then we'll just put a little bit of the ochre in a couple of these little buildings in the distance here. So I'm going to bring the ochre onto the far one and also this one here up against the wall. And we'll have that wall in the ochre as well. Now we can also use that yellow ochre to give us a little bit of detailing on the cliffs and this shoreline. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring a line very, very loosely, just like we've done with the clouds, along the edge of what will be the cliffs. And this is just then going to give us a little bit of detail for some of those beaches that are in the distance. So just very, very loose indeed. Along the edge of the cliffs, and also keep it nice and pale. Okay. So the next colour that we're going to use, we need to use a nice pale brown. So we're going to introduce a second colour to our buildings. So I've just used a normal brown out of my paint palette. I've then added a little bit of white just to make it a little bit lighter and a little bit more opaque. And then to that you can always add a little bit of yellow just to give it that rich and warm tone. So once you've got a colour that you're happy with, we can then start to paint the buildings. So the first one I'm going to paint in is this lovely dome here at the top. Whoops, I've got some pigment there on the end of my brush. There we go. And again, I just want to keep it really nice and pale, and we will be building up the depth of colour. So we'll also paint this wall. And just go along the top there too. I'm going to paint this little building here in the background. And then take the colour up the side of this front of the chapel. We'll use this other colour to pop in this wall here. And then I'm just going to pop a little bit of this colour just on the side here, just to give the suggestion that that's just in shade. So I'll just add that colour just to that side wall. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in a little bit of the green in this foreground here. Now I do just want it to be a background colour because we will be building up the colours with the flowers and the plants. So I just want a really nice pale green. And again, I want the white of the paper to also show through in places. So just keep it very, very light and quite scribbly, because this is just going to be your background colour for this little bit of garden here that's on the side. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use the colour black. And I'm just going to pop some extra little details in just using this black. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to colour in this window and different windows around. So we'll start with this little one over here. Now I don't want this window to be completely black. So I'm just going to create just that little bit of depth by just colouring in pretty much half of it. So you've just got that look that it's you're looking through it. We can do the black doorway. And we can work up to that blue line. Just to create that lovely shadow in that doorway. And then again, just spend a few moments just getting that really nice, whoops, didn't mean to knock you. Just spend a few moments just getting that really nice even finish. So you can push the paint down towards the base of the door frame, just to give you that nice shadow. We'll do the same with this one. We shall add in the black of the arch windows on the chapel. We'll do the same with the little door frame here. And then lastly, this little arched window here at the side. Now the next thing we need to do before we finish is we just need to add in a little bit more depth of colour to our wall. So the yellow ochre that I was using, I'm just going to make a little bit darker. And what I'll do to begin with is just use this darker colour just on the front of this wall here. Take the darker colour on the front of this wall. And the same on the front of this one. So So do the end. And then we'll also bring in the darker colour just on this front facing of this wall down the path. Okay. So that's it for today. We've now got the base colours in of the buildings. Everything else that you see that's white is going to remain white, and we're going to use the white of the paper. But what we're going to do tomorrow is we're now then going to start to build in some extra depth and pigment of colour to your painting, and it really will start to make a change in the way that it's actually looking when we start to do that work tomorrow. So enjoy the rest of your day, do have fun with your painting, and I shall see you all again tomorrow. Goodbye.